Two First Loves, Chapter 5, Favor and Fights. My sister had a knack for getting into trouble. Had she been busted by a teacher or worse, the police? Did she have a secret boyfriend who broke her heart? I paced as I waited for Mackenzie at the front of the school, my mind going wild, imagining wild images, the possibilities. By the time I finally saw her approaching, I was so worked up that I was sprinting over to her. Mac, are you okay? Tell me what's going on. Thank God you're here. I'm desperate. I know. I've read your text. What happened? I got caught skipping English class and I'm supposed to make up for it by taking photos of the football team for the school paper. Really, if my sister called me for something like that and she made me think it was an emergency, ooh, I would be so angry. But then I met a super cool kids in my art class and they invited me to some kind of exclusive event. Mac, you said it was an emergency. This is an emergency. When have I ever actually had an opportunity to make cool friends? And I just thought you knew, since you actually like photography, maybe you could do the football shoot for me. Are you kidding? I was seriously worried. Don't scare me like that. What if you're actually in an emergency and I assume it's something silly like this? Yes, this is like the story, The Boy That Cried Wolf. Okay, I'm sorry. I was not asking for a guilt trip. I know it's asking a lot to pass this off on you, but I really do want to get to know these people. I got so out of the loop this summer. I'm trying to find my friend group, you know. With a pang of sadness, I remembered how much things changed while I was away. I definitely felt her pain. And I'll give you sister bucks. I wonder what are sister bucks? 50. That's a lot of cash if sister bucks have something to do with cash. That's extortion. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. What I can get. Mackenzie grinned, held out the camera. It was a nice camera, and my fingers itched to test it out. It is a nice camera. It reminds me of like a Sony camera or a Canon camera. I'll do it. I'll do the shoot, but you owe me. Thank you. I swear I'll make it up to you. Even if I spend my sister bucks on having you take over the cleaning of the bathroom. Okay, so now we know what sister bucks is. Sister bucks are getting your sister to do like your chores or something you've been asked to do but you don't want to do. Your sister has to do it if you use sister bucks. I'm torn between hating that and respecting your negotiating skills. But yeah, deal. Mackenzie pulled me into a tight hug before bouncing off. I shook my head and smiled. My sister was nothing like me, but I loved her. Me and my siblings are nothing alike either, so I understand that, but I do love them. I returned to the football field where the athletes were still hard at practicing. My gaze was intent, drawn to Mason. He did look good in the uniform. As he jogged by, he noticed me and smiled. Look at Mason. Look at that smile. He has a gorgeous smile. But I think Mason likes Mia more than a friend. He just hasn't said anything, in my opinion. But then my eyes landed on Noah. He cast a glance at me, remaining stony face. Look, Mason has the most beautiful, not Mason, Noah has the most beautiful blue eyes. Both of them look perfect for the camera. How about we take a picture of Mason? I raised the camera and snapped a photo just as Mason crocked his arms back to throw a pass. Keep it up, Mason. Soon you'll be an even stronger quarterback than your father was. I smiled as I viewed the pic, but then I noticed Noah looking at me, brow frowned. He was just jealous of me taking a picture of Mason. Okay, for the next place, let's try Noah on defense. I'm here to play quarterback. You're lucky I even kept you on the team after the things I heard about you. You play what I tell you to play. You should never judge anyone based off of what someone else says. You should judge someone based off of how they treat you, not how they treat other people or what you heard, because sometimes what you heard can be false. So you should base someone off of how they treat you. I watched the guys move into position. Noah stared across the line of scrimmage at Mason, fire in his eyes. Look at their faces. Mason knew exactly what was coming. He pivoted to the left and then ran the ball forward. Easy touchdown. But Noah didn't give up on the play. He sprinted after Mason, tackling him hard at the 1 yard line. Oof. The coach blew the whistle as both boys tumbled to the ground. Jennings, are you okay? I'm fine. He barely touched me. Harris, hit my star quarterback again and you're off the team. Whatever you say. I wasn't sure why the coach had called Noah out. It looked like a normal tackle to me. Good riddance. Dude belongs in jail, not on the football field. Everybody doesn't like Noah. I guess either they know about his past or they just go off of the dark past rumors. My blood boiled as I overheard that. Not one guy on the team was even giving Noah a chance. Maybe no one had given him a chance ever. Noah looks angry. Noah? Here's a diamond choice. We could run after him. We're gonna run after him. I jogged to keep up with Noah. Long strides he turned when he heard me approach. First you take photos of the team, now you're following me. Are you stalking me or something? Well, actually, I just wanted to see if you're okay. He snorted and looked away. Why wouldn't I be? Honestly, you should be mad right now. The coach was totally being unfair. I mean, tackling is a part of football. And from what I could see, you didn't even hit Mason that hard. Noah let out a small, humorless laugh. You want to know what it is? It's simple. The coach is afraid of me. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. I heard you went to juvie and it sounds like it was serious. But I'm sure it's all blown out of proportion, right? Sometimes gossip is accurate. Oh geez, if he's saying sometimes, I wonder what's the accurate part of the gossip? I gasped in surprise as I abruptly pivoted to face me, blocking my path. He lowered his gaze down to my level, his face in the shadow. You might want to keep your distance. I'm not afraid of you. Maybe you should be. There was something dangerous about his grin. A shiver ran down my spine. If I didn't know any better, I think you wanted people to keep their distance. Maybe I do. He looked at me long and hard. I felt his gaze, hoping I didn't look intimidated. Part of me was screaming that I should turn and walk away, but part of me didn't want to. I don't care if people talk crap about me behind my back. It doesn't mean I don't have to pretend to like it. Yeah. Are there a lot of those people? Just enough of them. You don't know what I think. I just think you're hiding behind this tough guy act because you're scared. You've come back to school and you feel like you're completely out of the loop and no one will let you in. I'm not saying I understand everything you've been through, but I do know what it's like to feel like you're on the outside looking in. And when you're stuck up for me with Darren, that wasn't the kind of thing a guy who doesn't care about anything would do. Noah kept his face stiff and expressionless, but sometimes soft in his eyes. He still hadn't moved and were standing so close. He finally smiled, just a half smile, more than a smirk, but still a smile. You're not what I expected, Mia. Sorry. It was nice of you to check on me. You look frustrated. Yeah, well, I think the coach doesn't want me to damage his star player. Noah practically sneered the word star, and that bitter look I seen on the field crossed his face again. Is there a story with you and Mason? What to tell? He's the golden boy who has it all, and I'm not. That's really it? I don't buy it. A little more to it than that. Something happened freshman year, but it's a long story. I would think they had to be friends at one point. But I hope we eventually find out what's the story between him and Mason. I really want to know. Maybe sometime I'll tell you it. I like that. He eyed me curiously. I saw the way you looked at him on the field. You couldn't take your eyes off him. Well, he's my best friend. Okay. What? A girl can't have friends? Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. He looked away. I could tell there was something more he wasn't telling me. Hey, thanks again for checking. Checking in. I'm just flattered that you break the lone wolf act a long time enough to talk to me. He snorted and cast me a look. The corner of his mouth curled up in a smirk. Don't change that attitude of yours, Mia. I like it. He jogged back onto the field, and I couldn't help but grin. I headed to the water cooler where Mason was getting a drink. He waved over as I approached. I could have sworn I saw you taking photos. I didn't know you were a super fan. Mac roped me into taking pictures of the team for the school paper. Long story. Sounds like classic Mac scheme. In your professional opinion, how the team look? You're showing off for me. To my surprise, Mason blushed a little, rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. Maybe a little. I mean, for the camera. I'll see if I can get you on the front page, Mr. Limelight. The sound of the coach's voice whistle shivered through the air, summoning the players back on the field. Good luck with the photos, and if you need some Adonis-like football player to look at the camera ready, look no further. He held up his bicep in ring-rating pose. He was goofing around, but his arms did look really good. I quickly snapped a picture. Thanks for giving me his number if you see him. Mason laughed and stuck out his tongue, jogging backwards to the field as I continued snapping photos. I caught Noah's eyes. Was he watching us, or was he just checking me out? I took a picture of him too, lowering in my direction. The boys took their starting positions. I lined up the camera for the perfect shot. The coach blew his whistle. Noah rushed forward, crashing into Mason as he slammed him to the ground. Mason's face twisted in pain. Without thinking, I raced into the shuffle, passing the other players who'd frozen in shock. The coach yelling, "Harrison, what did you do?" Mason moaned on the ground as I crouched down beside him. Mason? Mia? Was this my fault? Had taking photos made the boys jealous of each other? I wasn't sure where the animosity between Noah and Mason came from, but if it could lead to this was serious. Okay guys, that's the end of the chapter, and I feel like Mia, why do Mason and Noah not like each other? And I can't wait to find out what happens next. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.